If you're a knife collector like me, chances are, just like me, you also have a set of rules that you follow when it comes to buying knives. Don't go over a certain price point. No tip down carry. No single deployment options. No out the side automatic knives. But rules are meant to be broken, and time again this year, I found myself breaking that last rule and buying several American-made automatic out the side knives. So today I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to come clean about my top 3 American-made out the side autos. Let's go.
This is Sparta!
Hey, how's it going, everybody? If you're new here, welcome in, and if you've been here before, make sure to smash that like button on the way in. I'm Rollshambo, the connoisseur and collector of all things sharp and shiny, and today I want to talk to you about 3 American-made out-the-side automatic knives that made me break my rule. And if you're like me, you probably have rules when it comes to knife collecting as well. What knives break the rules for you? Let me know in the comment section down below. But I gotta say, there's a very good set of reasons as to why these knives are not just the exceptions to the rule, but also knives that I highly recommend everyone try out at least once. So we're going to get started. The first knife that I want to talk about is this one. This is recent. This is the new Heretic Wraith version 4. Now they've released a couple different versions of the Wraith V4. If you go to americanedge.com, I know when I did my initial video on this, people were telling me, oh, Rollshambo, they're sold out everywhere. They're sold out everywhere. They're not. You just have to do a little bit of looking. I'll help you out as best I can, and I will link down below to where this is available right now. And I will try to keep that updated. It may or may not be an affiliate link depending upon where I find them available. But whether or not it is won't stop me from showing you where you can get your hands on, quite honestly, what is one of the best American-made knives under the $400 range that I have seen all year long. The Heretic Wraith V4. This specific one is a Bowie style blade. That means that it's got an aggressive long clip to it with a nice deep amount of belly. And this specific one also has a very slicey edge geometry, which is nice. I am really enjoying this one. Some things that I love are the DLC coating on the blade, and yes, that is real DLC coating on the blade. It's got the aircraft grade aluminum handle scales with the carbon fiber inlays, and this specific one has glow carbon fiber. Now they do have one that's about $30 cheaper that is red aluminum with just regular carbon fiber, but this one has the tritium glow rhino vial in the button, which is fantastic. But the thing about this knife that is really nice to me is that it is quite possibly one of the hardest firing automatic knives that I've come across as far as out the side automatic knives are concerned. It is ridiculous. Now you'll see that it rebounds off the stop pin. That is what happens when you hang on to the button for too long, is you'll get that rebound. But if you press it and let go immediately, it won't rebound. Your hand will rebound instead. And that is very audible. That is very aggressive. That is not at all mindful or demure. This is not the knife that you whip out at a kid's birthday party unless you really want to catch some stares. But it is 100% one of the most badass out the side automatic knives that I've handled, period. Absolutely love the Heretic Wraith V4. Next up, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the Microtech LUDT Gen 3. This is a really the LUDT Gen 3 is the best LUDT that they've ever made. I said it, I'm not taking it back. You are welcome to argue with me about it in the comment section down below, but I will die on that hill because this is fantastic. This one is only $280 or $260, and I waited for a long time to make another video on the LUDT Gen 3 because for the longest they were out of stock. We were getting small stock drops and they were just selling out and selling out and selling out. Guess what, guys? These are available I will link to these down below. Microtech nailed it on this, and they nailed it not only on the price point, they changed the design language on the blade a little bit by adding this fuller groove or this blood groove right here. It doesn't make any difference to the deployment whatsoever because it's an automatic out the side knife. But what does make a difference to the deployment is the ball bearing system that they put in here. Now, typically, we don't see a lot of ball bearings on automatic knives. Usually it's just the spring, but in this case we get that, and it makes it for a very smooth deployment and an exceedingly smooth retraction. One-handed operation, very easy. Now, we do have traction tape on the handle scales for an inlay, and some people might not like that, but I'm here to tell you that it really does help with the retention in hand. It gives you that extra bit of grip, which is necessary. We've got oversized hardware. If you're tired of listening to content creators like myself moan and complain about T6 hardware, you don't have to worry about that on the LUDT Gen 3 because everything is bigger. Everything. But the knife itself remains at a nice EDC size. Also, the edge geometry is extremely thin. It's very slicey, and it's going to allow you to get really nice slicey cuts and also retain edge geometry as well. M390 on the blade, aircraft grade aluminum, traction tape inlays, and you can get it in a bunch of different color options, which is nice depending upon what retailer you go through. Titanium backspacer is a nice addition as well. The one thing that I'm not the hugest fan of is the pocket clip. It has really great retention and it stays out of the way of the ergonomics, which is great. So it's very functional. But if you're looking for a pocket clip that's going to win some beauty pageants, that might not be it. I do think that that's forgivable, but I will in fact leave that up to you. They're in stock. I love this knife. Highly, highly recommended. This is one of my American-made knife purchases this year that I absolutely have no remorse in making. And then lastly, it wouldn't be a video about American-made out-the-side automatics if I didn't have a ProTech in there. Check this bad boy out. Woo. Man, ProTech kind of wrote the book on perfect out-the-side switchblade action, but also they have a way of making what is otherwise a thuggish knife seem extremely gentlemanly and also very well composed. This specific one is the ProTech Strider PT Plus, but it is the KnifeJoy exclusive, and this is one of their holiday exclusives with the Grinch logo. It's got the holiday green clamshell design, black pearl firing button, and this mirror polished hand ground Mike Irie blade. That is beautiful. I don't care who you are. That is absolutely gorgeous. We've got a satin finish on the flat, and then this mirror polish on this compound grind that was done by hand by none other than Mike Irie himself. So this guy is absolutely fantastic. The pocket clip has, I could take it or leave it. It's a very functional pocket clip that stays out of the way of the ergonomics, and it's a one hand in the pocket, one hand out kind of deal. The blade is 154 cm, which it doesn't really seem like a very impressive blade steel, but it takes a perfect polish, and it also holds up very well to wear and tear. And it's a blade steel that's easy to sharpen, it's stainless, and it holds an edge for a decently long time. I would have loved to have seen MagnaCut, but as it turns out, MagnaCut does not take a polish very well. So yeah, this guy is fantastic. Absolutely love it. The action is really good. And of course it is designed after the Strider SNG, which is a massively legendary popular knife. So absolutely love this guy. These are not necessarily available in this specific finish right now with the Grinch face and the green handle scales, but you can get a very similar build if you're okay not getting the green handle scales, and I'll make sure to link to them down below as well. But these are three of my favorite American-made automatic knives that broke the rules, and I've been breaking the rules so frequently that maybe it's time that we amend them. It's become evident to me that my rule against out-the-side automatic knives needs to come to an end because, of course, here in 2024, it turns out that companies, especially American-made companies, can in fact make a extremely well-made switchblade. It's been proven. I've got 3 pieces of evidence right here. It just comes down to what you're going to pick and what you look for in those knives. I absolutely love these knives. These knives are great carry knives. They're knives that get the job done. They're useful. They look good. They make you feel good, and they bring on all that joy. But let me know in the comments section down below, what are your 3 favorite American-made out-the-side switchblades? Are any of these in that list? Let me know. If you watch this far and you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And by the way, if you'd like to watch more awesome knife and EDC content, go ahead and click on one of the videos that pops up next.